6:30 a.m. October 6, 2025. Brightness thing still not here. Don't know why. It isn't clear. I had that problem with the other computer at first, and then it just appeared. So I don't know. Bang! All right. Before I get to it, has anyone ever considered? I don't know why this thought entered my mind. Okay, so you're living your life for whatever reason, and then you die, and you go to heaven, and you get there, and you're like, hey, so this is the afterlife, blah 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 blah, and then the guy's like, and you get 100 years here, and then you die, and you're like, well, wait, what? Like, yeah, everybody dies after 100 years in the afterlife. And you're like, what do you mean dies? And you're like, yeah, you die in 100 years. And you're like, well, then what happens? And the guy there is just like, well, no one knows. Apparently you just die. And you're like, well, what comes after that? Well, I mean, I guess you die. Nobody really knows. And you're like, well, what about God? They're dead. He's just like, oh, hi, I'm still waking up. It's like, well, you can ask him if you want. What do you mean I can ask him? Hasn't anybody else asked him? He's like, yep. What did God say? The answer was unsatisfactory. So, now that my throat is better, I am sufficiently coughed. Ugh, fucker. And I breathe in smoke, so now I want to cough again. Breathe in smoke, the not regular way you're supposed to inhale smoke from a cigarette. I just wanted to say something about the yeah, and to say that think I think we're going to collectively miss uh, real journalism, uh, real old school journalism, like the megalithic, monolithic legacy journalism. Once it's gone, really, really gone. Well, people like me, even my age, 40-year-olds, have almost never seen it. Um, I've really only seen it in 60 Minutes, and I'm betting some people are out there going, oh, 60 Minutes is woke. I'd be like, if you say that, you haven't actually watched 60 Minutes. 60 Minutes is not broadcast news, you know. It's actually good news. They're interesting. It's an hour-long program, and they're interesting pieces. And now, I only watched the first episode of the new season, and I could tell that they have been neutered. And it's just horrible. I'm betting that any decent journalistic institution is just waiting out the storm, basically, just trying to kind of weather this whole Trump thing as best they can. But Trump has really got to go. Trump and everyone around him has just got to go completely. What all of this is doing to just everything. They gotta go, and they gotta go now. And the people that put him there gotta go now. They gotta get on a boat and they gotta fucking leave Earth. Fucking sail away. Those pieces used to be good, and they used to be reflective of actual journalism, because especially they used to, goddamn Sig, they used to go out into the field and research pieces. And now the best ones that I've seen for the next generation are a YouTube show like Channel 5. The guy actually goes out in the field and does research for a while, or he just does a direct interview. And usually the interviews are pretty good. From what I've seen, pretty much every interview is good, and of course, conservatives, you know. When he interviewed Hunter Biden, people were probably like, "Hey, that Hunter Biden with a laptop and shit." First of all, I never really cared about the laptop, anyways. You know, most conservative things are. And, I mean, if it's a Republican conservative talking point, it's probably, I mean, just bullcrap to begin with. On its face, I don't really give it much credence. So, but you really can't dismiss anything completely out of hand. But the track record kind of speaks for itself. I'm just saying. Excuse me. I'm just saying here, the legacy news reporting and journalism in general used to be something that was very respected, and just kind of went, you know, from Cronkite and the 70s and onward. I mean, too shit. I really, you have to bang this drum hard. Reagan he was not the man that ruined everything in the world, but when that guy came into the American picture, everything got fucked. Like that was like the point at which everything started getting fucked. So I mean, there it is. He was the president that started all that initiated the wave of shit. And then the Democratic Party just they gave in. They should have fought back. They should have fought back against Reagan and then like, you know what? Yeah, we're not playing that game. We are not fucking doing that. We're going hard against all of that corporate capitalist shit. Now that the Cold War's over, we are doing a hard media campaign against everything that you guys stand for. What they should have done, they didn't want to do. Because, of course, people in power are always connected to everybody and whatever. Because of reasons. We can get into that. Everybody always wants to make that money. Money's worthless. Everybody always needs to understand this. Every form of money is pointless. You can make money out of anything. Alright? John Oliver did that segment on the Tooth Fairy. I think it was John Oliver that had a segment on Tooth Fairy. Teeth. On teeth for tooth fairies? Someone. No, it was someone on the Daily Show. Yeah, it was Jordan Klepper that did a segment on Tooth Fairy teeth. Only getting $5 or whatever. And it was telling kids, hey, you gotta start yanking out dog teeth and putting them under the pillow to get more money. It's like, yeah, exactly. You could just make dog teeth the currency. Or like in Fallout, caps. Soda caps are the currency. It doesn't fucking matter what currency is. Oh, gold coins, because gold is rare. Uh, okay. Well, you know, my shit is rare. You can dehydrate and stamp my shit into fucking coins. My shit is rare. Or my farts. Put my farts in jars. And use that as the world currency. That's rare. It's just, you know, dumb and unnecessary. And it's always susceptible to exploitation and devaluation and shocks and all that. And we don't need it anymore. We have all the ingredients worldwide to make a better world. All we need to do is just kneecap all the people getting in the way of making a better world. This popcorn got all stale. Still good though. All right. Well, yeah. There was a an episode on an episode of Outer Limits, not the black and white 60s or whatever version, but the newer version. Ah, yeah, farts are good. Which I really like. Sometimes they remake things and they're no good. I really like the remade, redone version of Outer Limits that they did in like the late 80s or something, 90s. I don't know. But there was a version of that show, and in it, uh, there's an episode with a species that came to Earth, an alien species that came to Earth, and they were their species kind of like gaseous, vaporous and stuff, and they live by inhabiting other life forms um, and living in them and kind of moving from person to person. And so they came to Earth because their planet basically died. It became no longer inhabitable, and there wasn't any life there for them to inhabit. There wasn't any, um, you know, any things for them to. Uh, um, it's not well, basically parasite off of, but yeah, wasn't any way for them to live on their planet because their planet died. And Yeah, and they said it was just this whole episode of the thing. Um, because all of the outer limits and Twilight Zone are all like they're trying to like be spooky and stuff, and there's this like who is who's being creepy and everything, and somebody's being sinister and all that stuff. And one guy thinks they're trying to like take over humanity and all this whatnot. They think they're trying to like poison the atmosphere so they can kill everyone because they're not getting enough human bodies to inhabit, and they're dying off by just kind of like evaporating away. But at the end, they're like, they were just building a thing so they can just like make a holographic simulation of their home. And it's just like, oh, I never realized what it must have meant to you. And the alien was like, neither did we until it was gone. It's like, yep, that's fucking journalism for you. That's real, actual journalism. You're not gonna miss it, but we are not going to really miss it until it's gone. Then we're just gonna have mean girl bitches saying shit to us, and we're not gonna really know what the fuck is going on in the world. Unless we can like get the BBC and Al Jazeera. I'm betting some people are like, Al Jazeera, isn't that fucking terrorist news stuff? I'm like, I don't know. You get better information from fucking Chinese state news probably and stuff. I just hope that YouTube doesn't completely cave to Trump. I don't think they have to, because Trump and his administration don't know shit about tech. So YouTube can probably just be like, at some point they'll be able to be like, yeah, you can't fucking tell us what to do anymore. And by the way, you're gonna give us more subsidies, otherwise you are not gonna fucking be able to like fucking do anything. You're not even gonna be able to turn your lights on. I'm pretty sure. They're gonna get us all so deeply, like, not in bed, but in need or whatever with fucking Google and stuff. Whatever. Anyways, kneecap the rich, boobs, whatever.